Prophecy Chronicles with God's servant Yamkela Joseph. In this broadcast you will receive updates on prophecies which the Lord has spoken through his enabled servant.
So, there is a time of darkness that is coming. Just in the beginning of Trump's presidency. It can even make some people to doubt that did we choose the right person. Why suddenly when he gets into power it's like everything is going down now. It's just a rough season. But don't worry. When you see that rough season, it's the hand of God. It's the hand of God.
Jesus.
It won't be for long. Maybe 2 months, 3 months, it won't be for long. But there will be a dark time. It will be chaos in America. But we must pray for unity. America must be united. So that the whole world may be united.
U.S. stocks are tumbling for the second day. The Dow is already down 1,000 points after dropping almost 1,700 points yesterday. This comes amid President Trump's escalating trade war and despite a stronger than expected new jobs report just out this morning. Also affecting the markets this morning, retaliation from China. Beijing announced it's responding to the White House's sweeping tariffs with 34% new tariffs of its own against the United States. Let's go live right now to New York and CNN business and politics correspondent Vanessa Yurkevich, who's standing by. Vanessa, you're watching all of this. Break it down for us. First of all, start with the jobs report that came out.
But there will be a dark time. It will be chaos in America.
And tens of thousands of protesters have gathered across the United States and other parts of the world to demonstrate against U.S. President Donald Trump's policies. The hands-off rallies, as they're known, voiced opposition to President Trump's plans to downsize the U.S. government, reshape human rights, and his handling of economic issues. Marches also took place in Britain, Canada, France, Germany, Mexico, as well as Portugal. One of the biggest rallies was held in Washington, where Democrat Congressman Jamie Raskin accused Mr. Trump and Tesla owner Elon Musk of trying to tear down the American Constitution.
I believe Donald Trump is trying to tear our country down. The only thing that makes sense is he is working on behalf of Putin. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. I mean, the things that he's doing is not trying to make America better. He's ruining our infrastructure, like every department in our government he's ruining, and he's right now destroying our economy. He's taken away all of our allies. We're a pariah in the world. And
so right now the Lord has spoken that there's gonna be a crash in the markets. The markets of the world are about to crash like never before. God is beginning to alter the systems of the world. He's shifting financial systems. God said there shall be a shift of financial systems, and the markets of the world will be impacted in a very, very great way that has never happened in history. So those who are investing in stocks, it is time for you to watch over, because the Lord says there is a great crash that is about to take place in the world markets today.
President Trump says the markets are going to boom. Well, that's one word to describe what happened on Wall Street today. He also said his tariff rollout that happened yesterday is going, quote, well. That upbeat assessment comes less than 24 hours after the president, let us say, upended just about 100 years of understood global commerce. Today, Wall Street experienced the worst day since 2020. The post-election boom that the president, when he was president-elect, pointed to, well, that's been erased. Stock prices down, and Americans with portfolios either for their retirement or for now are facing genuine losses and the unhappy reality that they may be financially worse off than they were before Election Day. Tariffs, of course, are trade taxes, and the wide-reaching effect of them sent shockwaves across the world. Stock markets in Beijing and Tokyo sank to multi-month lows. Foreign leaders lined up to condemn President Trump's actions, promising countermeasures of their own. J.P. Morgan, for what it's worth, warns the president's tariffs could push the United States and quite possibly the rest of the global economy into recession. But despite all of this uncertainty, the president's Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick sounded positive.
But yeah, look, you hit on it. I mean, this was the worst day, a single day for all of the major indexes since 2020. And what was that, right? That was COVID. So investors were looking at the potential impacts of tariffs, and they felt somewhat similarly to what was happening during COVID. I want to zero in on the S&P 500. So it lost, as you see there on the screen, nearly 5%. But in terms of value, it was nearly $2 trillion. Half of that came from those 7 big tech stocks we've talked about before. Magnificent 7, Nvidia, Meta, Apple, etc. I highlight the S&P 500 because tech drives so much of it. And that is why if you're looking at your 401k today, it's not looking great, because a lot of our 401ks are invested in funds that track the S&P 500. So a lot of investors said, look, tech is reliant on production in China, and that translated into losses for your 401k.
Prophecy Chronicles with God's servant Yamkela Joseph. In this broadcast you will receive updates on prophecies which the Lord has spoken through his enabled servant.